Hello, my name is Madam Jennifer from Educare TZ. Welcome, my lovely Form 3 students, in our proceeding lecture series in biology, and we are currently proceeding with our topic of reproduction, where we are proceeding with our last subtopic on the reproduction in mammals in one of the subsection in the sexual reproduction in mammals. We are currently proceeding with the subsection of this subtopic, which is sexual reproduction in mammals, and we are dealing with this part on the fertilization, pregnancy, and childbirth. But in our current session, we are going to discuss a little bit on the fertilization. Welcome. My lovely Form 3 student, fertilization is one of the products of the ovulation. If the ovulation succeeds, meaning that the egg, the sperm nuclei, and the ovum nuclei will refuse to form a zygote. That is the successfulness of the fertilization. So when the fertilization process will take place, meaning that we will get a woman can conceive a pregnant. But if the fertilization failed, successful fertilization failed, meaning that a woman experiences a menstrual period, and that is all about the importance of ovulation. So ovulation, the main purpose of ovulation is to release the matured egg from the Graafian follicle under the influence of the luteinizing hormone, which is reproduced by the corpus luteum as well as the estrogen, so as to cause the rupturing of the Graafian follicle, so as to release the matured ovum into the fallopian tube for fertilization. Now, let us see how the fertilization process do take place. In order for fertilization to take place, there must be a sexual intercourse, meaning that a male and female must meet. After there must be the introduction of the sperm into the woman vagina, where the sperm nuclei will swim towards the matured egg in the fallopian tube, so that the fertilization process can become successful. So now, there are some terms we have to be familiar with in this session. The first one is copulation. When talk on the copulation, this means the introduction of the erectile penis into the female reproductive tract, or into the female vagina. So, in order for a man to insert the erectile penis, he must be sexually aroused. And within the penis, we have discussed in the male reproductive system that the penis is made up of the spongy erectile tissue. When the man is sexually aroused, they become filled with the blood. Therefore, they become firm and erect. That enable the easy penetration into the vagina during the sexual intercourse. So the introduction of that erectile penis into the vagina is what is known as copulation. So copulation is the process of inserting the erectile penis into the vagina. So when a man is sexually stimulated, the penis is filled with the blood and become firm and erect. So the erectile penis is inserted into the vagina and moved back and forth during the copulation. And this movement stimulates the sense organ in the penis, and ejaculation occurs, resulting to the movement of semen from the epididymis through the sperm duct into the vagina. So the forth and back movement of the penis inside the vagina stimulates the sense organ, which resulting to the release of the sperm, of the semen, which was stored temporarily into the epididymis, to be released into the sperm duct to the urethra, where they become expelled out through the penis. So the ejaculation, this is a process of releasing out the sperm outside of the penis during the sexual intercourse. So the semen, we already also discussed that the semen, this is a mixture of the sperm as well as those freed from the accessory gland. Kwa Kiswahili tunaita semen kama manii. So ejaculation is the release of discharge of the semen. Kwa ile process of the release or the expelling out of the semen, which is mixture of the sperm as well as the fluid, which acts as a medium for the movement of the sperm or for the swimming of the sperm towards the matured ovum, is known as ejaculation. So hapo ndicho kipindi ambacho mwanamume anakuwa anamwaga mbegu zake za kiume wakati wa tendo la ndoa. So once the sperm are deposited into the vagina, they start swimming towards the oviduct. Kwa hiyo katika oviduct is where we see that the fertilization do take place. Kwa pale ambapo mbegu za kiume zinakuwa zinabe expelled into the female vagina by the means of the penis, erectile penis, they start moving towards the oviduct, and where they will fuse with the matured ovum which was released from the ovary for fertilization process to take place. And the millions during the sexual intercourse, millions over almost 20 millions and above of the sperm are released per one ejaculation. So they will start swimming towards the matured ovum for fertilization, and only one sperm will fuse with one angle, while the other one will be prevented due to the formation of the hard layer on the ovum, which is known as zona pellucida. So the climax of sexual excitement in human is known as orgasm. It is accompanied by feeling of extreme pleasure. Kwa hiyo the climax of the sexual leisure for human being inaitwa orgasm. Kwa during the organism is where the two mates or two partner become sexually aroused. Na inaitwa orgasm kwa lugha ya kibiolojia. So fertilization is likely to take place if the sperm come into contact with the mature ovum. So in order for fertilization to take place, there must be the fusion of the sperm nuclei as well as the ovum nuclei for successful fertilization. So the sexual intercourse can take place, but not all the sexual intercourse can lead to the fertilization due to various factors. We will see on the factors which likely to affect the successful fertilization. So mates can even have a copulation or can have a sexual intercourse during the day of the ovulation, but still there will want to be the fertilization to take place. So there are several factors which may hinder the fertilization process to become successful and ending up with the product of the pregnancy. So during the fertilization, the sperm is deposited in the upper region of the vagina and swim through the cervix to the uterus and then enter the fallopian tube. Kwa during the fertilization process, the sperm inakuwa kwanza be deposited katika upper region of the vagina. Baada ya pale inakuwa ina swim through the cervix, ambapo cervix ndio inakuwa ina separate the uterus pamoja na vagina. Ishatoka katika cervix inaingia katika uterus, ikitoka katika uterus inaenda katika fallopian tube, ambapo ndio fertilization inakuwa ina take place. Baada fertilization ikiwa successful, meaning that the after the fusion of the male and female gamete kutakuwepo na implantation katika uterus. So sperm take less than an hour to reach the uterus. Kwa hiyo hizi hapa sperm zenyewe zinachukua almost zaidi ya nusu saa kuweza kufika katika uterus kwa ajili ya fertilization, ambapo zinaenda kutoka katika uterus kuingia katika fallopian tube, ambapo zinaenda kukutana na matured ovum kwa ajili ya fertilization. Baada ya pale zinaenda kumove, implantation process inaenda kuteka katika uterus, ambapo ndio mtoto ataweza kukua mpaka pale atakapofikia miezi 9 kwa binadamu. So during sexual intercourse, millions of sperm swim through the cervix, but only few reach the oviduct. During the sexual intercourse or during the copulation, millions of sperm, as I said, over 20 millions of the sperm are released per ejaculation, but only few will succeed to reach the oviduct. And among those few, only one of the sperm nuclei will fuse with the matured ovum nuclei to form the diploid zygote, while the other will be absorbed into the body as a source of protein, to the body of the woman as a source of protein. So sperm can survive for about 72 hours from time of their deposition. The lifespan of the sperm after the period of deposition is 72 hours, the same as the 3 days. Lakini na ovum can remain viable in the oviduct for 36 hours from the time of release from the ovary. Lakini the lifespan ya ovary, matured ovum, after anzia pale anapokuwa release during the ovulation, inachukua ni siku 2 sana, masaa 36. So now what is fertilization now? So fertilization is the process whereby sperm nucleus and ovum nucleus fuse to form a diploid cell called the zygote. When tunaita diploid kwa sababu this sperm nucleus are haploid. Tumeangalia katika meiosis 2 how the haploidity is obtained. So one of the sperm haploid combined with the nucleus of the ovum, which is also haploid, to form the diploid zygote with the paired number of electrons, meaning that the sperm nucleus is unpaired, and oviduct and ovum nucleus is unpaired. So when they combine, we introduce the diploid number of chromosome, which is 46 for human being. During the fertilization, the egg or sperm which contain nucleus enter the ovum and fuse with the nucleus of the ovum to form a zygote. The zygote cell divided to form embryo, and the time in which fertilization occurs is likely to call the fertilizing period of a woman. During the fertilization process, during the fusion of the two gametes from separate sex, the only fusing element ni only nuclear. Maana tumeangalia katika structure of the ovum pamoja na structure of the sperm, kuna nucleus ambayo within the nucleus ndio kunakuwa kuna genetic material which are to be passed from one generation to another. Kwa pale kunakuwa kuna fusion of the genetic material from the mother and the father, ambapo wazicontribute kwa pamoja tutaenda kupata mtoto mwenye character from those the two parents ameenda kuwa as a means of the variation. Kwa mtoto atakuwa na mix ya genetic material kutoka kwa baba na nyingine kutoka kwa mama. Take an example, baba alikuwa ni mrefu, mama ni mfupi. Mtoto atakayezaliwa pale ukimix gene ya urefu pamoja na gene ya ufupi, ndio kupata mtoto ambaye sio mrefu sio mfupi, ni wa kawaida. So baada ya zygote kuwa formed, atadivide kutengeneza embryo. The time in which fertilization is likely to occur is called the fertilized period of a woman. So ovulation is likely to occur in 14 days from the first day of menstruation. Kwa the release of the matured ovum from the ovary into the fallopian tube kwenda katika uterus, mara nyingi inatokea katika siku ya 14. Mara nyingi tunaita heat period. At this period the body temperature inakuwa inaongezeka na woman tunaita kwamba heat period, and it is for all female mammals. All female animals wanakuwa na experience ovulation, lakini ina differ. Lakini kwa human being ni siku ya 14. Lakini ovulation inaweza kachelewa au inaweza katoka either katika siku 2 nyuma ya hiyo tarehe 14 au siku 2 mbele ya tarehe 14, meaning that anzia siku ya 13, ya 12, 11 kuna possibility kubwa sana ya mtu kuweza kupata ujauzito in case kama atakutana na mwanamume. Kwa anzia pale inakuwa ni fertile period, na vile vile siku 2 mbele ya tarehe 15 na 16 hadi 17 mtu pia akiweza kukutana na mwanamume anaweza kupata ujauzito. It depend. Ovulation inaweza kachelewa au inaweza ikawai. So within those two, these are the fertile period, one of the dangerous period. A woman kama anatumia family planning anatakiwa observe carefully, kwa kuwa in case kama atakosea anaweza kupata ujauzito. So however, it can occur 1 or 2 days before and after 14 days. Kwa hiyo kwa maana hiyo ni kwamba therefore there is high possibility of fertilization if copulation take place between tarehe 11 na tarehe 17 day after menstruation. That is what I've already explained, kwamba ovulation inatokea siku ya 14, lakini inaweza ikachelewa, inaweza ikawai siku 2 kabla, au inaweza ikachelewa siku 2 baada ya menstruation kutoka katika ile 14. Maana ovulation tunaanza kuhesabu anzile siku ya kwanza ya menstruation. Anzile siku ya kwanza mwanamke anapoingia hedhi ndio tunaanza kuhesabu moja. Kwa hiyo kutoka pale siku ya kwanza hadi siku ya 14 ndio ovulation. Kwa hiyo pale unatakiwa unarudi almost 2 days or 3 days. It is safe, na katika tarehe 14 kwenda mbele na penye ongeza 3. Kwa hiyo zile ni fertile period. You have to be very careful for those who are using the calendar method or the reading method as the family planning. Kwa hiyo kalaumu kasema kwa mimi ovulation yangu ni tarehe 14, lakini nimeangalia calendar nikapata ujauzito. So know that these things they tend to vary. It depends on the environmental condition and other factor like diseases, stress, ambazo zinaweza influence this fluctuation of the ovulation. So in spite of millions of sperm is released during the ejaculation, only one sperm enter an ovum, and there are other prevented from entering due to the formation of tough membrane around the ovum. Kwa pamoja na kwamba milioni ya sperm are being released during the sexual intercourse, only one is will fuse with the matured ovum kuweza kutengeneza diploid zygote, lakini zingine zitazuiliwa kuweza kuingia due to the formation of the tough layer au tough membrane ambayo ni zona pellucida, ambayo ina prevent the entry of more than one sperm from entering or from fertilizing a single ovum. So this is how the fertilization process take place by the sperm. Katika mchoro wa kwanza tunaona kwamba kuna millions of sperm ambazo zinakuwa zina approach hapa matured ovum ambayo ipo katika fallopian tube. Na hapo ukiangalia katika matured ovum tunaangalia katika oogenesis, the structure of the ovum. Katikati hapa kuna nucleus ambayo ndio kuna genetic material. Hapa kuna cytoplasm na vile vile kuna this vitelline membrane na vile vile kuna follicle cell. Ambazo follicle cell kwa ajili ya hizi za njano ni follicle cell. Hizi hapa kwa ajili ya nourishment, to provide nourishment to the developing ovum. Na hapa tuna zona pellucida ambayo ni tough layer ambayo yenyewe na prevent the entrance of more than one sperm from fertilizing a single ovum. So hapo tunaangalia millions of sperm wanakuja pale wanaanza ku destroy the zona pellucida layer ambayo ni tough layer. Baada ya pale most of them wataweza ku destroy this, lakini only one sperm ataweza kuingia humu, na baada ya one sperm kuweza kufuse a tough layer will be formed. Kwa unaangalia hapa they are still hapa tayari huu ukuta umeshabomolewa, imebaki sasa ni yai lenyewe. Sasa hapa sperm wanakuwa na compete yupi atakayeweza kuingia. So ile atakayekuwa na power kubwa sana, energy kubwa sana ndio ataweza kupenetrate inside. So baada hapo only one sperm itaweza kuingia, as you see here this sperm imeweza kuingia humu, na hapa sasa naenda ku release the nucleus. The nuclei of the sperm will fuse with the nuclei of the ovum, na hivyo kuweza zikifuse ndio kutengeneza diploid zygote. As you see here tayari sasa sperm nucleus and egg nucleus fuse, na hii sasa ndio fertilization process. Now let us discuss on the factors affecting the fertilization. Nimesema kwamba sexual intercourse inaweza take place, lakini sio kwamba all sexual intercourse will result into the fertilization. Na vile vile ovulation will take place but not all. Kama ovulation ita take place na fertilization ita take place, hapana, there are several factors ambazo zinaweza zika the successful fertilization during the ovulation period. So there are several factors that can prevent fertilization to occur, and these include the absence of ovum in the upper part of the fallopian tube. Kwa hiyo mwanamke anaweza akakutana na mwanaume during the ovulation period, lakini sasa ile matured ovum inaweza isiwepo katika upper region of the fallopian tube. Hivyo sperm tafita pale haitapata ovum, na hivyo no fusion kwa sababu ile ovum tayari haiko pale katika fallopian tube kwa ajili ya fertilization. The second factor is the production of small number of spermatozoa, kwa uzalishaji wa kiasi kidogo sana za mbegu za kiume za chini ya milioni 20. Kwa vile vile kwa sababu sperm must be released in higher number as an adaptation to fertilization, kwa sababu not all, tumeangalia kwamba over millions of sperm are released, lakini only one will fertilize an egg, meaning that hizi zingine zitaishia njiani, zingine zitabe absorbed, zingine zitakuwa not viable na other factors. So moja ya kipimo cha fertility kwa mwanaume ni kuzalisha kiasi kikubwa sana cha sperm. Kingine ni the presence of spermicide or other barrier. In case kama kuna wanawake wanaotumia uzazi wa mpango, family planning method, kwa mfano kama injection, kwa mfano kama vibanzi implants, kwa mfano kama haya mambo ya vascular, haya mambo ya kukatwa, cutting of the fallopian tube, na different barrier ambazo zinaweza zika prevent successful fertilization. Vile vile acidity ikiwa kubwa sana ukeni, vile vile inaweza kaua sperm kuweza kuingia katika uterus kwa ajili ya kuweza kufika katika fallopian tube kwa ajili ya fertilization. Vile vile blockage of the fallopian tube, hapa vile vile kuziba kwa mirija ya fallopian ambayo inaweza kuzuia, kwa sababu katika fallopian tube ndio where kuna fertilization. Kwa kama mrija ukiziba, meaning that sperm haitaweza kuingia na kuweza kufertilize an egg. Na only way kwa wale ambao mirija yao ya fallopian imeziba, wanashauriwa kwenda hospitalini ili waweze kufanyia operation kuweza kuondoa au kuweza kuzibua mrija. Another factor is blockage of vas difference. Kwa wanaume hapa ni sperm duct. Ni kwa kama mrija wa kupitisha mbegu za kiume itakuwa imeziba, vile vile inaweza prevent the release of the sperm during the sexual intercourse, na hivyo interfere with the whole process of fertilization. Another factor is weak or immature sperm that cannot swim well and that deformed sperm, for example sperm without tail. Kwa vile vile in case kama mtu atazalisha, hii hapa ni moja dalili ya infertility, ugumba kwa mwanaume, kama atazalisha mbegu ambazo hazijakomaa. Ili fertilization iweze take place au reproduction, the involving mates must be sexually matured, meaning that wanakuwa na uwezo wa kuweza kuzalisha gametes ambazo ni matured kwa ajili ya fertilization. Au wengine wanakuwa nazalisha mbegu ambazo ni deformed, kwa mfano mbegu ambazo hazina mikia. Kaza kama hizo mikia zitawezaje kuweza kuswim towards the egg. So that's one of the these are just a few of the reason for the reason of an effective fertilization process in woman. So up to now, I hope that now you have well understood on this concept of the fertilization in the human being, how it take place and how namna gani inapelekea hadi mtu anaweza kupata ujauzito. In coming session sasa tunaenda kuangalia the pregnancy na childbirth. After the fertilization kuweza take place, we now expect the pregnancy au ujauzito kwa mwanamke. So before I sum up my session, please take a look on this simple task so as to increase your understanding. I would like to hear a comment from you in case if there is any misunderstanding or question. So my question is, what are the factors that may hinder fertilization from taking place? The second one, in which ways do fertilization differ from implantation? My lovely Form 3 students, thank you for your attention. Have a nice moment.
Thank you.